Hey everybody, how are we doing on One Life? It is Saturday. I tell you what, look who I've got sitting next to me. It is the lovely Emily Judson, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. I tell you what, it feels really weird when you say that. When you're sitting at home on your own and you don't know the audience in front of you. We're so used to, as artists, sitting on a stage, you know the people in front of you and you can play to them. When we do podcasts or when we do anything else, it's really weird because it's just the two of us. We don't know who's watching us. It's really weird.
It is.
But
I'm
hey,
glad to be here with you.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to Saturday night. Welcome to week 2, supporting the Tim Tebow Association. We are on week 2, supporting Major Resolve in relation to their charity of the month. I know Justin is watching in the background. He has been watching all your shows and he is eager to see how much support you can give the Tim Tebow Foundation. And we said support. That does not mean always money. It means just opening their webpage, going to see what they're all about, and actually supporting children who are going through a very difficult time in their lives in relation to child sex trafficking, child sexual exploitation, disabled children. The Tim Tebow Foundation offers support to so many children and families. And we're going to be watching like we always do. And I've said to Emily, we're going to be watching one of their videos tonight. So you can watch that with us out, if you're watching this evening's program. So the Tim Tebow Foundation links are on the bottom. We will put those out after the show this evening. In relation to One Life, what a week we have had on One Life. We've had great artists. We have also had some great support and some really interesting things that are coming up in 2025. So for tonight, I want to tell you about a couple of things on One Life. We talked about the music school throughout the week. We were saying to everybody that we are launching very, very soon. The program is now being put together. We're on our final week. Our 12 indie artists will put together their teaching, and then they will release to the indie artists around the world to come and join us on a 6-week program. So what we're asking you is that we're ready for you. If you are an indie artist who has just started out in the music industry, we want you to contact us. We want to help you grow and develop into an amazing award winner like Emily Judson. Okay, we want to develop your career and your music and give you all the top tips which will enable you to feel comfortable being an indie artist, because I will talk about this to Emily. It's not just going out on the stage and singing. There's so much more to be an indie artist, which can be fun, but also can be very scary.
Very overwhelming. Yeah, there's a lot to learn.
There's a lot to learn, okay? But we're going to get all those tips. Yeah. And we're also going to give you people in the art industry already who have walked the Grammys, who have walked the ISSA, who have walked the stage. And we're going to give you some coaches to work alongside through those 6 weeks, some people to ask questions to, especially in chosen areas of music. So our music areas, from country to gospel, from pop to rock, we have got everything covered. You won't have anything not covered within our program, in our school program. We are really looking forward to bringing it to you. So one last time, if you're an indie artist and you're just starting out, get in contact with One Life, because we will give you some more information on when the school has been released. So I was also contacted by an artist to do a special show on Tuesday night. We are going to do a special show for the firefighters out in LA. We're being approached by the album, who are currently doing an album on Bandcamp. There's 150 artists on Bandcamp who have got together, raising funds for the LA fires. And they are basically selling their album at $10. That's it, $10 at the moment, okay? And the person who put that project together is coming on the show on Tuesday to talk about the album, to talk about how, and I don't know how he did it. I need to ask him that question. In 3 days, 150 artists got together to put their very best music together for this album and basically raise funds for the firefighters out in LA. For those who are out in LA at the moment and you are affected, One Life at the moment is digging up that support for you. We will find you as much support through this difficult time over in LA, okay? We will find you fundraising. We'll find you support groups. We are putting things on One Life every single day. So please use One Life if you need support, because we've got people in the music industry who is rallying around to support and get behind you. I know there is a lot of musicians out in that part of the world who would need and want support, but we're there for you. We're thinking about you every day at the moment. It's absolutely awful what's happened, but we're there to support you. And I'm looking forward to the show on Tuesday. Out of those 150 artists, we're going to go for a show where we're going to showcase some of those songs on that album, and we're going to be staying together, not just for an hour. We'll probably do 2 or 3 hours as a special one-off show for that cause. So I'm looking forward to that.
That sounds like it'll be amazing.
It's going to be an amazing show, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm really glad that they come to us and said, AJ, can you help us? I said, of course I can help you. I will help any charity whatsoever, what I can. I will fit you in my calendar.
Yeah, we had a local musician here in Wichita that had just moved to LA and lost their home, and it was their home studio, their studio. So yeah, it's just, it's an overwhelming situation. They're going to need a lot.
It's overwhelming for me because I think a lot of people who saw the news when it first started, it was Hollywood, it was LA, it was people with money. And it was like, do you know what? When we saw it, it almost looked Armageddon. And I saw the artists in the International Singer-Songwriters Association talking about the fact that they'd lost their homes, their family had lost their homes. And I would, you don't wish these disasters on anyone. And at the end of the day, it's really hit home to everybody that it could happen anywhere around the world. We've got war, we've got famine, we've got fires. Actually, what a great time to be One Life, to be artists who can raise that support to all of those families and leaders. And I'm very proud to sit here with this program and putting it on every day and knowing that somebody out there like yourself will produce a single or an album or festival which will go ahead and support those groups.
I think everyone, when you're seeing like these overwhelming like tragedies, you want to be able to help, and sometimes it's hard to figure out how to help. And so when you can use your gifts in that way, then that's a really beautiful thing. So same with using your gifts for charities and to raising money for causes. It's a special way to help. So
it's very beautiful. And the fact that we get to do it every night makes it even better. In relation to One Life, only one more thing I need to tell you is we are still got our rewind shows on a Thursday, okay? So My Indie Radio, who is our partners here at One Life, they will be putting on Thursday night at Joanne St. Pierre's rewind from last year. So if you missed the live show for Joanne, she will be on radio in France. And if you want to hear it, go to My Indie Radio and you'll be able to hear Joanne's show in audio. I've listened to these audio shows. It sounds very weird being on the radio. I'm so used to doing these live shows now. I come away from radio a couple of years ago. So that's really fun. And for Emily, that will be your show as well. Every single member who has been on our shows, we're gradually getting them through them every Thursday night. And your show will also be done in audio as well, and it'll be played over in France. And also other radio stations have contacted us as well. So it gives you another chance for people to understand your story into music and to listen to your music. So it's a great opportunity. So, Emily, are you ready to shine?
Sure.
Fantastic. Okay, so Emily Judson, everybody, lives in a beautiful city of Kansas, okay? In relation to her music history over the last couple of years, I'm not going to go very much through your bio because I'm going to get you to tell the listeners all about you. But between 2023 and 2024, there's been some great times for you. In relation to 2023, you had the Jed Abundant ranked Riverside in top 10 local regional albums in 2023. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then in 2024, you was a rising star at the International Singer-Songwriters Association in Atlanta. And that was for your song that you put in for Stay in Riverside. And it goes in the family as well. Your awards are going to have to move to one side because I know that there's a family member who also needs a trophy cabinet as well, because your daughter has also been doing very well this year. And she was a semi-finalist in the International Songwriting Competition and a finalist in the social causes category.
Oh, yeah. That's my song about my daughter.
That's your song about your daughter?
Yes. Yeah. So it's kind of...
so does your daughter not sing?
She does sing and she plays the flute, but she hasn't gotten into songwriting yet.
Hurry up and get into songwriting, okay? It's a great life. So, in relation to your bio, I'm going to get you to talk about your bio in a very short moment of time. But what I want to do is I want people to hear your music. That's what we're all here for. We're dying to hear your tracks. So, you sent me 2 tracks over. Before we go over into the questions for the night, let's go on to your music tracks. You sent them over, and I'll tell you what, I wanted to do this one first because I thought it was a lovely way to start a Saturday night. Hugging Tree. Tell us about it.
So Hugging Trees is a song I wrote. My husband and I are complete opposites. I think a lot of couples are. So I think every album I do will feature a song about us being opposites. And so he's very adventurous and all these things you'll hear in the lyrics. But it's just kind of a fun song about our marriage and our life. And I also reference hugging trees because, like, in our neighborhood, it's a very beautiful area in the city, surrounded by parks and the river. And so I help run a community garden here in our neighborhood. I'm really like environmentally focused and love like helping with food insecurity in the city and such. So you'll hear references throughout my whole album about Riverside, about the environment and just enjoying living here and being in community with people here. So
fantastic. What a great title to a song. So everybody, I've listened to this and I hope you enjoy it just as much as I did. Ladies and gentlemen, Hugging Tree.
The neighborhood where I reside, and I don't see an obvious bridge, but I can choose to swim. I think I'll try. Oh, humanity, can we see more than life?
Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking to Emily at the beginning of the show saying that StreamYard is playing up lately, and it did yesterday. It didn't play Hugging Tree, it played your other one, Heart to Heart. I want people to listen to Hugging Tree. There's Emily sitting there going, I know this has gone wrong, AJ, I know this has gone wrong. I tell you what, this is the
totally
beauty
fine.
of the live show. She didn't even say anything. That's
what
I love about my artist.
I'll share about this song after. It's great.
I'll tell you what, we're playing that one to everybody later. I was just listening to thinking, This is an Hugging Tree. Everybody out there, say a big boo to AJ because, no, StreamYard, I'm going to play StreamYard. It wasn't me, honestly. This is Hugging Tree, everybody.
You love adventure, I play it safe. You fly real high while my feet stay in place. So I know that you'll love Argentina. You love the desert, I love the trees. You live on a plane while I'm here shivering. So I know that you'll love Argentina. I've known you, you love to try new things. So I know that you'll love Argentina. You love to fix things, I want it right. You live by faith, I want it in my sight. So I know
Right. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go and find a hugging tree tonight and go and hug it, see if it cheers me up after making that slight little mistake at the beginning of your songs. I hope you enjoyed both
No
of your
worries.
songs in one go. Anyway, it's time for part of the show to basically introduce our charity of the month, but also your charity as well. So what we're going to do first is we are going to watch a clip from YouTube about the Tim Tebow Foundation. Tonight's episode is regarding one of the young people who are sponsored by Tim Tebow Foundation and his parents. And it's a courageous story of one of the families. And I hope everybody enjoys it just as much as I did. It's literally 5-6 minutes long. Go and get yourself a coffee, go and get yourself a drink, and just enjoy a bit about an understanding of the Tim Tebow Foundation and why we're here this month in terms of artists. We have 15 amazing artists this month who are supporting this charity and also supporting their own charities. And in relation to the Major Resolve, I know you're listening, buddy. We are trying our very best to support you with your charity, okay, for the month. And we will do an aim to do so, okay? So let's watch a video together for all those who have got their drinks and ready for the show. Okay, I'm going to put the show on now.
I wish God would just make it so obvious. And I wish he would just tell us what to do. And in that same breath, I grabbed my phone and I just checked my email. And there was an email from our social worker. And in the email title, it was Little Boy. It was a legacy started by my grandpa. I mean, I've got like 2 adopted uncles, like all of my aunts have adopted. And I think it was just a seed that God planted in my heart from like as a little girl.
Whenever I met Kirsten, that was maybe on my radar, just the fact that there are kids who don't have families and that need families. But then meeting Kirsten and seeing that as a part of her family and hearing her heart for it, I think that kind of stoked something that God was already working.
And I just remember like going into his office in there and I was just like, Ben, I think it's time to start paperwork. And he just turned around and he's like, all right. And then our agency also has something called a special focus list. And that's moderate to more severe multiple special needs. And I just remember just feeling led just to look on that list. And I saw his little picture there and I was like, I think that's our little boy. And so we inquired and they sent us his file and it just kind of set that trajectory of no fear. And here we go.
Mm-hmm. And then I remember them bringing our now oldest Joe out. And I remember what he's wearing, his little jumpsuit and just being so nervous. But I think it was a miracle of God for our hearts to just be like, oh, let's go. This is our kiddo. Whenever we adopted Evelyn, that was another step as it pertains to like health and special needs, and she had cancer. One felt like a holy calling to pursue this little girl's heart and to love her well.
Throughout the process, I just had this, it's one of those things where I feel like with each child, God would give us this really sweet reassurance to be like, I've got this. And this was Chung Hae's. And I had this name, Danny, and that would just circulate in my head. We were at the table and I was just like, Ben, I wish God would just make it so obvious. And I wish he would just tell us what to do. And in that same breath, I grabbed my phone and there was an email from our social worker. In the email title, it was Little Boy. I was like, So I opened it up and it was just like, hey, Ben and Kirsten, this little boy's file came across my desk and I thought of you and only you guys. He has a significant heart issue. Would you like to see his file? And we're like, yes, of course. And so the next morning, I got the file and I opened it up and the English, like the name, they always like assign them a name. It was Danny. And at that point I was like, okay, yes, we want to pursue this. Like, let's go.
Chung Hae has a much more significant health condition than the other two. 13 heart anomalies, very complex heart condition.
I think we just had such a clear, you can read this file and you can read about all of these conditions, the prognosis, the what ifs, the everything, but it's like behind this piece of paper, is God's beloved child.
We applied for the Show Hope grant and didn't know that that was even a possibility until they're like, hey, we just want to tell you you've been awarded a grant, and we've also worked with the Tim Tebow Foundation. To know that behind that grant are a group of people who also care about this, and the way that they've decided that they're going to show their care and support is to give to something like this. It is an encouragement for us to keep going.
It's easy to look at, stories like us and you see the surface level of it, but it is hard, just this understanding of like, we're not doing this alone either, and that there is a group of people we probably won't ever meet, but Chung Hae is under our roof and in our family because of that, generosity and that faithfulness in giving.
It feels like an exercise of a great cloud of witnesses saying, keep running the race. So we're really thankful for the Adoption Aid grant because it was a keep going, keep pursuing, keep trusting.
Each of our kids have had to go through so much, and they've had to have like so much courage, and they've had to fight so hard for like their life. And it's like, why would we not match that and pursue that and walk into that with them and hold their hands through that and carry them through that?
I hope that one of the things that we can instill and disciple into them is they are not alone. That all the awful hard things that are very, 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 very true about their story, we have a Savior who will come and make those things untrue. He's going to make all things new again. And it's been God leading us to these three kids that's grown our faith in a way.
We were at the table and I was just like, Ben.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the Tim Tebow Foundation, and I'm so proud every single time I play their videos. I hope everybody's all right out there. In relation to the videos that we play, they can be upsetting, they can be quite heartwarming. But obviously, if anybody needs to speak to anybody after the show, please send me a text. Send one of our artists a text. I'm sure they'll be there for you. We've over the last two shows, I think we've seen, some amazing families, amazing work by the Tim Tebow Foundation. But what we have seen is some real context into the foundation itself. Knowing one of our artists went through child trafficking, in relation to child trafficking. If you need to speak to one of our artists who's been through that live, Ridge Banks very bravely come onto our show and told us that he went through it. But also he's come out one of the best people I know. He's an amazing artist. He's such a lovely bloke, and he's there for everybody. But he went through that, and that little boy who's just been shown on tonight's show, at the end of the day, look at the family he's ended up with. He went through a horrific time. I've read his story and his background. I haven't got time to share it on the show. If people want to know a bit more how that family all got together, please go on the Tim Tebow Foundation pages, and you can find out a bit more about that clip tonight. But to see his smiley little face and knowing that he's got a loving family behind him now is, it warms my heart on a Saturday night, and that's what One Life's all about. So just to let everybody know, the comments are coming in. Chris Rogers, do you know Chris Rogers?
I do.
Fantastic. He said such an amazing interview. And you've also, I know more about the meaning of the lyrics, and I gather that's the hugging tree, hopefully, which come in from Rebecca. She says she's enjoyed the song in a very, very different way. I don't know if she's outside hugging a tree. I don't know if she means it by that, but she said it's a very different way.
She'll be hugging a tree in the snow if she is, for sure.
Hugging a tree in the snow. Fantastic. Okay, so we are sharing your comments this evening. Thank you very much for enjoying that video just as much as what we did. If you want to donate to the Tim Tebow Foundation, please do so.
It hit pretty hard because I have 4 nieces adopted out of foster care. So
Oh,
we know,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So our family, we know about adopting and with special needs and all the things. It's really hard. And, but yeah, there's beautiful things. And I'm thankful that
And
there's Tim
that
Tebow's
adoption
Foundation helping
process,
with that.
this is what I love about. I'm sorry to cut you off because I think it's really important to ask you this question. It's because behind every indie artist, there's a story in
Right.
relation to why we got into music. And one of your parts of your bio is about advocating. Obviously,
Absolutely.
we're not going to tell everybody our life story through our music, and we're not going to put it on our Facebook page. And when you have these interviews, you can share a little bit about sort of how you started off as an indie artist, why your music's so important now. And to see that you've gone through some of the things that the video had showed tonight, people may not know that about you. So what we're going to do, we'll split that in two. Before we do your charity, you haven't been part of One Life before. We would really
Right.
love to know about how you got into indie music in
Yeah.
relation to taking it from a bedroom singer to a professional, where you are now. So give us a
Right.
little bit of a life history into your indie music.
Sure. So I've always, my mom helped us do music even as young children, and she always taught us from a young age to use music as a way to encourage others. So she had us singing in the nursing home. We would sing in the jail every year, church, things like that. Like music always was a way to like use music for good. And so I think I got kind of my spirit of using music for advocating for different issues from her for sure. But even as a teenager, I started writing music in middle school. My mom had taught me guitar. I took piano lessons from my grandma. But I just discovered songwriting. I loved it. I do think we all, as songwriters, can agree, like it's a great way to process the world around you. So I started songwriting. I went and interned in Kansas City. I led worship for a lot of different things. I was in a band that toured that was like a faith-based band, wrote music with them, released an album and toured a lot. And then when I was probably around 17, I went and did music in Germany. And I had the opportunity at that point to sign. I had 2 different record label deal options. And it was kind of a big fork in the road. Did I want to continue, like go into the music business, like more professionally, or did I want to stay indie? And so at that point, I chose to stay indie. I really wanted to get married and have kids and go to college and like have a more normal life. And I am not money motivated. I never have been. It's not a very good fit for the music industry if you're not money motivated. So
You're definitely not money motivated if you're an indie artist. There's no money
right.
in indie.
I mean, it's just I'm not out there trying to like make a lot of money or fame or things like that. So like I'm just not a good fit in that way. So I chose the indie direction, and I'm so happy I did because I was able to like release an album, tour with great friends, my husband and band members, and like it was a great experience and wonderful time. And I think I had done so much touring and music and songwriting by the time that I was a young adult. I was okay to be like, okay, I kind of had my fill of like that lifestyle. And was able to just move forward independently. And I did continue doing that. Once I had my 3rd child, I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like it was just too hard. So I just kind of took a break from music really for about 10 years. And I was always still writing. You can always be doing music no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, of course.
So I was always still writing for some like benefits and things like that, but I wasn't doing much in the public eye. And so I had stacks and stacks of music I'd written during that time. And so when all my kids kind of got into school and I had more time, especially I had written the whole collection of music about our neighborhood. And I know some people may not know, but like some of the songs, unless I explain what they're about, like, a lot of music, you kind of draw what you feel out of it until I explain, oh, this song's actually about domestic violence. You're not going to know that, but it's the stories about our neighborhood. And so I had this stack and I just felt like someday when I die, my kids are going to see all this and be like, why didn't you do anything with that? So when I had more time on my hands, I got back into music and decided the only way I could really get back into it was knowing that it was all going to benefit a cause or things. So So really, I put together the album Riverside. We recorded it in our neighborhood with neighborhood musicians. And it's all songs about the neighborhood, our life here, experiences, different issues that arise from living in the inner city, because it's an inner city neighborhood, and hard things and happy things, kind of a mixture. And so that whole album I created was to benefit the neighborhood. So all the money that it makes goes to nonprofits that are run out of our neighborhood. We have some amazing nonprofits. One is the one that I brought here today, Juniper Arts Academy, but ICTSOS, Paxton's Blessing Box. Like, we have a lot of different amazing nonprofits run out of our neighborhood.
One of those nonprofits you did actually put on your bio, and we'll talk about that at the moment. But I've got to interrupt, because do you know what, Emily, just put your hand on your back, because at the end of the day, to come into a music industry in the way that you have, in relation to coming out and having a vision, but then having a break, but then coming back and supporting local and national charities, do you know what, great musician. And to all those people who have benefited from your work, you know, that hugging tree scenario, give yourself a hug. You're an amazing musician. I just wanted to interrupt you because I don't think we do. We do these singles week in, week out, because we want to do what's the best. And I'll tell you what, some self-love. Right. I think your husband must be, and your children must be very proud of you.
They are. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's, you know, it's hard work. But when you know you're doing it to help others, then it's worth it. And so for me, that's what music has become as I've gotten older, is a way, like, if I can help others, I will. So really, I don't do a lot of live shows because I don't want to miss my kids' activities. But I do if it will benefit someone. So like, I'm performing at a benefit concert and wrote a song for that, like, in a few weeks, and things like that. Like, I'll say yes to anything that's either advocating for a cause or raising money for a cause, but everything else is usually a no for me right now. I just don't want to miss out on my kids' lives. So
you just say about Juniper Academy, and one of the things that we do with One Life is we try and get as many national and local charities around the world out to you. We are going to be building our website this year, and we will put all these charities in a little box. So if any of our artists, you know, mention a charity, we will put it out there. But Juniper Academy was quite interesting, actually. Did you want to give us a little bit of a flavor about that particular, and the reason why you chose that one particularly?
Yeah. So Juniper Arts Academy is a dear neighbor of mine who runs it, Lisa Payne. I've been so impressed with this organization, because I have like dear family members that are adopted out of foster care. So she brings like trauma-informed music education to kids in foster care and kids in the juvenile detention facilities. And it's really important because these are kids that have been through trauma. They've been through unimaginable things. And they don't have any sense of control over their lives. It's up and down. They're moving all over the place. There's just not a lot of stability. And so she just saw those were the kids falling through the cracks when it came to music and arts education. They're switching schools. You just don't have it. And so she created these classes. There's music classes, everything from guitar to ukulele to piano to choir to art camps. They do so many different things, and they bring it to the kids that really need it and can use it. Try to teach them healthy coping skills and a healthy outlet to work through trauma and healing and just stress, just good coping mechanisms for that. So I go to all her events and things like that. But I was also able to go in, like, witness firsthand last year. I was able to go into the juvenile detention facility with her here in Wichita, and just actually get to see firsthand and play guitar and sing, and actually witness or do a music class with the kids in the detention facility. And it was a really beautiful thing. I was amazed. She has a very trauma-informed way of doing her classes that really helps. You can see with your own eyes, especially in the detention facility, you know, the teens and kids come in very walled off. They're in a horrible situation. They've been through a lot of trauma in their lives. And by the end of their class, you could just see that wall was gone. They were having fun. They were acting like kids again. She involved the guards were also doing music, the games, the percussion circles, all the things too. So it created like this really beautiful atmosphere where even the guards got to then they're having positive interactions. And acting, you really saw them go from like this hardened kind of walled off person to acting like a kid again, having fun. So it was great. Yeah. So I'm like a firm supporter of her organization because it's
fantastic.
really-
We put that organization on your social links before tonight's show. But if anyone would like to find out anything more about that particular association, Emily, I'm sure we'll pass on that information. We'll put it out and keep it on One Life. And I'm sure if we get anything, we'll join the Facebook group of theirs and we will put it on One Life as we go around throughout the year, because it'd be absolutely great to give that information out to people. It sounds a lovely organization and a well-worthy cause. In relation to 2024, we brought up at the beginning of the show is a big year for you, Rising Star in Atlanta. You know, I'm going hopefully to Atlanta this year if we can get this GoFundMe on the way, which I know you've helped me big time, you know. But Atlanta for everybody, they're putting in their nomination forms, they're getting their music together. What was it like for you last year being in Atlanta and getting one of the awards? Just tell everybody a little bit of a flavor about it to get them excited for their nominations this year.
Absolutely. So first off, I had met a lot of people in ISSA through Rick Spin show in the chat. So he has a chat room. So when he was putting my music on his show, I'd go in there. And so I'd already made like a lot of online connections with other artists that were there. And so going into that was really fun because we got to meet each other in person. And yeah, they have a pre-show. So you get to see all these indie artists perform live. They have their live award show is great music, great fun, everyone supporting each other. And I think that's what's amazing about the International Singer-Songwriter Association is we all have different backgrounds. We're all doing music in different ways. We all have different styles of music, but everyone is cheering each other on. We have this commonality in songwriting. So I think it was really fun, a great time. Yeah. And actually from that, like we all became closer from meeting each other at Atlanta. And so I've done 2 collaborations. Two different artist collaborations since then with other artists that I'd met through going to the award show. So
brilliant. In terms of being a rising star, what impact did that have on like your career coming back from Atlanta? You know, was people booking more gigs, or you know, what? I know for Caden Gordon, he's now in the music industry full time and going on tour buses at Christmas time with the toys, you know.
Yes.
That thought of collaboration with the ISSA, but the awards and things like that, you know, we don't go for money. The awards, you know, are an extra boost to our careers, but actually the impact of coming back from those shows enable us to also come on to new shows, do more collaboration, you know, for doing that last year and being a rising star, you know, what's next for you? What are you going for? Because we were saying, I have to say, you're not put your nominations in yet. So Tammy Dove, I know you're probably listening. Okay, Emily, I am convincing her to put her nomination in.
I am. So from that, I did a collaboration with Aaron Himes, amazing artist. And so we did. He featured me on his song "Hold Fast," which we also did a music video. So you have to check that out if you haven't seen it. But so we've become friends and collaborated on that song, and we're talking about collaborating some more. So I'm excited about that. He's also performing in Atlanta this year at the pre-show.
I've seen they've already said, if anyone wants to know, there's 20 artists have already been done for the after show, haven't they? Yeah. I'm really excited to see who's on there, and the talent looks amazing. It's going to be such a great show.
He did already tell me I can jump up there with him to do Hold Fast. So hopefully I'll get to do that. That'll be fun. Yeah. So
Emily, don't jump and break your leg, okay? Don't do like Mission Road, okay? I heard about their story about getting on the stage. I think Caden Gordon tried to get Mission Road on the stage last year because they hadn't been invited for the party in terms of doing the music, and they were asking Caden, how do you get on the stage? And Caden was trying to get him on there. I just had visions of Mission Stone, like, you know, the both of them like trying to jump up on stage during the performance.
Yeah,
so do it safely, okay? We don't want you breaking your leg.
I'll take the stairs, I promise. So we did that together. It was really fun. He's just an awesome guy. And then I'm actually doing 2 collaborations with Andrew Chappell, who's a country artist out of Idaho. And it's funny because we got connected because when Rick Spin's show did his top battle of the number ones, he like pitted everyone against each other that had been number one at some point. And it came down to Andrew and I for winning that contest. And Andrew won it. So Andrew won it. So I had said I told my husband, if you see anyone in here with a long beard, it's Andrew. And I'm going to find him because like I need to give him a hard time. So that is how we met. And we've been friends since. He's great. So he hasn't announced this yet, but he told me I could share. He featured me on one of his songs that's coming out in a few weeks. It's called Messed Up.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm really
We're looking
excited.
forward to that one. That'd be really great.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him to release that. It sounds great. I'm excited. And then I'm featuring him on my single that's coming out in the next couple months too. So it's called It's My Farm. It's featuring Andrew Chappell. It's a tribute to my parents and our farm that we grew up on. So it was really special to have him be a part of it. And it's a really special song to me. I'd done this massive album about our neighborhood here in the city. So I wanted to do a tribute song and something for my parents as well and our family farm. So It's My Farm. It should be coming out in, I don't know, I have an exact date yet, but it features Andrew Chappell. And
we're all looking forward to it. It's going to be great. We're all looking forward to it. We will get it on One Life. We will put all your music onto One Life as it comes out.
Awesome.
So keep an eye out, everybody. As soon as the new track releases come out, they are put on One Life. That's why it's here for friends and family as well. So we are 42 minutes into the show, and it is time to play your second song, which we've already played a smidgen of, but we played a full version this time. Okay. What I want to do before that, it is time to do our game show after the song as well. And tonight's game show is called Family Fortune. Okay, so if everyone hasn't seen this one before, Emily might not have seen it, but we have put it on the show before. Family Fortune is where we get the artist to go and collect a family member while the song is playing. And basically all we do is empty that family member's pockets. So it could be a teenage daughter or son, and also it could be your husband or any family member who's in the house at the time. Okay. So Emily has given to charity. Okay, she's given to the GoFundMe, so we won't be emptying her money for the Tim Tebow Foundation. We'll be emptying a family member's money. So it's really easy. Emily, you can whisper in the air and give them some help because this is on your chosen topic tonight. Okay, so we can give them a little bit of help. But it'll be their pocket that we empty. And if you get it wrong, there'll be a few like family squabbles. Hey, it's One Life. Anyway, so we are going to play Heart to Heart. Tell everybody a bit about this song. And while I'm doing that, go collect a family member because they're going to be live on the show next.
Okay. So let me just share a little bit about Heart to Heart. It's really it's pushing back at the us against them attitude, us versus them. And really just trying to encourage myself as well to remember, which will be important with this week coming up in America, very polarizing time. So this song is really pushing against that I truly believe we all belong to each other. Like humanity, we belong to each other. Like there's connection, there's a kindred, a kinship there. And so that's what this song is about, that, to see with our hearts and not our eyes, and try to find commonality and connection. So
good. I love it.
I'm running to get a family member, right?
You're going to go and get a family member. Let's see who you bring out. It'll be quite interesting for the audience to find out. Okay, so Heart to Heart, here we go.
The neighborhood where I reside,
Beautiful. What a beautiful song. I have got a special guest on my show. She didn't go for the kids. She was being very, very kind to her kids tonight. I got Mrs. Moore, the husband, out. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
This is
You
Brandon.
too. Appreciate all you're doing.
This is who, sorry?
This is Brandon.
Brandon. Hi, Brandon. Nice to meet you. Welcome to One Life. Welcome to the UK. Have you been to the UK, Brandon?
No, I haven't.
Well, hurry up. We want to come and see you.
I know.
Bring
We
your
love
lovely wife
them.
because her music's amazing. Okay, so get her in a taxi and bring us over to the UK so we can hear her music. Brandon, you have been brought onto the show a very good time because I'll tell you what, your wife has basically nominated to empty your wallet. I gather that happens quite a lot in the household.
A little
A
bit.
lot.
A lot. Did you just give her the credit card and she goes shopping?
Pretty much. I trust her.
Pretty much. Do you know, actually, Brandon, I've got to ask you, Emily's been a musician for a long, long time, and I know you travel around and you support with like the band, etc. How long have you two been together? When did you first meet?
We actually met doing music together at a camp. And so she was sitting down singing a song and I sat down with her and happened to know the song and we started playing it together and we've been doing music ever since.
Yeah, he's my partner in music too. Amazing musician, great songwriter too. So
Brilliant. I tell you, Brandon, we'll have to do a show just for you, mate. Emily's the one who's stealing the spotlight with all the awards. I tell you what, it must be difficult in your house then, because if Emily's going to Atlanta and bringing home all the awards, you've got to move yours to one side to put hers in.
She's got a lot more on her side.
She's got a lot more on her side. Yeah, typical, isn't it? I'm feeling you there, brother. I'm feeling you there. I know what the bedroom routine's like. His and her side. It's like her side and your side's on the floor with the dog or the cat.
Exactly.
Brandon, this is going to be quite easy in relation to, I don't think you're going to lose much money yet, because I know that, your wife is very much into the International Singer-Songwriters Association, so she should know this game quite well. All we're going to do is we're going to play 10 clips of international artists from 2024 who was at the award show in relation to their music. I will play you a little clip of the music, and basically you've got to tell me either the artist or the song, okay? I'd rather you do the artist because actually I would like to get these artists out there. They've been on the shows. They are part of the International Singer-Songwriters Association. So, Emily, if you get any answer wrong, your husband's going to have to pay into the Tim Tebow Association, okay?
I love it.
And Emily, to make it extra spicy tonight, how confident do you know the International Singer-Songwriters Association?
Oh my gosh. It's the names. Like I might know the songs, but I might be able to sing along with the songs, but I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Okay. I don't know your family circumstances in terms of your finances, but you've sponsored me already to GoFundMe, so I gather your husband's got a gold card next year, so we're rinsing quite a bit. So should we put it at $2 per thing that you get wrong? Yeah, so it's 10
Sounds
for $2. So we rinse it for that one. Do you reckon he can afford it?
We'll see.
We'll see. Like I say to all my artists after this game, it is a bit of fun. You don't have to put the full amount in. We
absolutely will. It's great.
The major resolve is putting together a hamper for those who are donating the biggest amount of money or choosing to help awareness of the Tim Tebow Foundation.
Yeah,
I don't know what's in that hamper. And Dustin, if you're listening, I bet that hamper looks great. It's got some of your merchandise in it already, but you are putting a little gift to somebody around the world, to help him out through his month, which is absolutely fantastic.
Nice.
So our 10 artists are ready. They are ready on the music. They are going to be playing for a short clip. I'm going to choose this one to start off with. Okay, so I'm not going to name the song. I'm not going to name the artist. I'm just going to play the music. And this is all you're going to get. Ready? So, very short clip. I can hear the answer in the background with a big smile on her face because she's not lost $2 already because she can spend it on a guitar or clothes. It was
Maeve DeVoe?
Maeve DeVoe, of course it was. Paparazzi. That's an easy one Because Maeve DeVoe, we don't stop hearing her music. She is bringing out new tracks every single 5 minutes, and they are in every single charts which is going. So Maeve's was a really easy one. Okay, the next one we are going to go for. I reckon we should do this one.
Couldn't tell by looking at me. I like trucks.
I don't know.
That's what you're getting of that one.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Put out the money.
You don't have it. Okay, so that's the first $2 to the Tim Tebow Foundation. That was the lovely Debbie Kelly.
Throwing money in the
Hollywood
air.
has got nothing on me. Okay, so Debbie Kelly.
Oh, of course.
Our
Okay.
best
Yes.
dress last year. You saw her dress last year. If you not, if you're going
had a
this year,
wild
the best
dress
dress.
on. Yes.
Wow, that was wild, and so was Dimitri's as well. You know, Dimitri. Listen to this, Emily. Dimitri's invited me over to go and get dressed for the best dressed. So he's invited me to go before the show. I'm scared after seeing what he wore last year.
I love it.
Okay, the next one. Here we go.
I'm not up at the crack of dawn on the 25th.
That's what you get in a Christmas release for one of our artists.
Yes. Okay, we know her. I sent her pictures after she performed.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay, you just had her on your show like a month ago.
I've recently had her. It's been recently. I'm like, actually, really well. So you should know the artist. About a month ago, she was on my show.
Bad with names. Like this is the problem.
Do you know the song?
Until we met
Yeah.
on the line.
Yes. I feel
We've
terrible.
mentioned her name several times.
Okay,
I know.
I'm gonna have to get your answer in. We're running out of time tonight.
Yeah.
So who was the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, I will give you the answer. It was the lovely Demi Michelle who released
Yes,
Candy
thank
Cane
you.
this
Okay.
Christmas. What a great
Oh.
song that was.
She performed
Everybody was
last
really-
year at ISA, so
She did. Everybody was really busy at Christmas. It was absolutely fantastic to see how many artists you put Christmas songs out. Okay, let's go for the men this time. Let's blast those ears of yours off. A little bit of a clue there.
Smart enough to let it go, but I don't care cause I don't know how it feels on the inside.
What?
I think Emily knows this one. Do you know it?
I mean I know the songs, but I just can't remember the names. So
Okay, the song.
This is terrible. This is embarrassing. No one hate me. I feel so bad.
I know what hate me.
Nobody
if it makes
hate
you
me.
feel any better, the last time we've done
artists.
this, nobody
Promise.
got the questions answered.
I promise. I love all these artists. I just don't remember names well. So
Okay, I will help
sorry.
you on this one.
Help me.
Okay, so this was the mighty one, Mr. Tim
Mighty one.
Steinwood.
They performed at ISA. Yeah. Okay. Well,
He did.
sorry.
And Tim Steinwood is also in 2025 going to be one of our mentors at the One Life Music
great.
School. He's going to be one
That'll
of our
be
teachers.
wonderful.
So he's going to be teaching our new indie artists, and he's going to be teaching the amazing subject of how to keep yourself healthy as an indie artist. Okay,
Nice.
so he's going to be giving us lots of top tips. So yes, that was the mighty one.
Well,
Let's see
money.
if we get the next one.
Throw
I
money
know
in
this
the air.
money getting fired. This is great. Love this. I love
Nancy
this.
Jones is
Okay,
very
so
happy.
this young person was on the show not about 3 weeks ago. So if you did watch my shows, as you said you had done, you should be able to guess this artist. Okay, I'm going to play this one now.
Oh, Gabe Shulman?
Gay Shulman, it was. That was really quick. Absolutely brilliant.
Well,
Not
I just
knocking on
remember I
heaven's
did
door.
watch his show, which was great, and it was just very different from Cold Dark Beers was a song I'd heard of his before on the radio. So I remember him saying it was a
cover.
very different situation. Yeah. So
Yeah, and it's original. And I tell you what, you've saved your husband looks very happy there that he doesn't have to throw any more money away. So yeah, Gabe is also one of our teachers here at the One Live Music School, and he will be supporting our indie artists when it comes to arranging festivals and arranging music venues. I'm really excited what he's got coming up. So this year he's looking at festivals for One Live, but festivals and music venues for our indie artists as well.
That's
so great, Gabe. I know he's listening. Thanks, Gabe. In relation to the next one, or what should we do? I reckon we should do this one next. I'm going to do. Oh, okay. I'm going to go international with you. See if you were listening to any of our international shows.
J'adore les délicieux desserts, le chocolat que tu me sers, des oranges douces.
I've heard this song before.
It's got a nice groove.
I like it. It's got a great groove, but I don't know the artist.
Okay, so the artist was Joanne St. Pierre. Okay, one of my indies sort of PR supported artists over there in France.
Okay,
and amazing. If you want to hear Joanne's interview from from One Life, it's going to be played on Thursday, the audio version over in France on the radio. Great artist. I definitely recommend looking her up. It's an absolutely beautiful voice. So we're doing well out of you tonight. Your husband's looking as if to say, can we stop playing the game, please? Because I'm losing all my money. Okay, so you've only got a couple more, so you're doing all right. Okay, so next one. That's what you're getting.
I don't know who it is. I'm unfamiliar with this one.
Yeah, unfamiliar with this one. So that was the amazing Chris Anders.
Okay.
Brilliant. Called Shattered. Great song. I think anybody's listening tonight to all these great tracks. I tell you what, I love all my indie artists on One Life. I get the luxury of putting all of your music into a playlist. So the playlist for 2025 is already building up. Emily's will be put on there tonight. So the playlist is absolutely fantastic. And there's some really talented, not just in the International Singer-Songwriters Association, but around the world at the moment. Indie artists absolutely rock. I love you all.
I like the variety too in indie, and especially a lot of songwriters kind of genre jump if you're in indie, so it's fun.
They do, yeah. That's the more fun out of it. You can genre jump. If you're a record label, they tell you what you play and what you do,
absolutely,
and you stick to one genre, and it gets boring.
It's boring, right? Yeah,
it is. It definitely is.
About being indie.
Okay, so the last one for tonight, we are going to choose one from Friday's show. Okay, I'm gonna give you a bit of help there.
Is it Rich Banks?
Do we know that one? It was Rich Banks. Well done.
Okay,
Your husband looks nice and relieved.
Okay,
Blues
not
Catcher.
a complete fail.
It wasn't a complete fail, and you didn't get them all wrong. I tell you, you got more than the artists who done it last time, okay? Because the artists who done it last time
I feel bad about
only got one right.
I feel bad. I knew who it was.
You done really well. You done really well. So you got 7 wrong. I don't know what my maths is like, so I'll tell you what, to save your husband's credit cards, I know he's throwing the money out there, we will put it into the Tim Tebow Foundation. Thanks, guys, for playing. And thank you to your husband, who has joined you for this very part of the game. Stick around, mister, because what I want to know off the both of you, 2025, you've got a busy year ahead of you. We've got about 5 minutes to spend on this. Well, 3 minutes. 2025, what's it look like for the both of you? Are you going to be a busy year?
Can have a busy year. Yeah. Just releasing with the release of our collaborations with Andrew Chappell and the single, hoping to put out a visual with that. So yeah, that's gonna be busy. I am hoping to come to Atlanta and just hoping to keep songwriting and writing songs to raise money for different causes and advocating for different issues. So that's the goal.
Yep. That's the goal. You keep going with it. I'll tell you what, you've had lots of lovely people join the show this evening. We're going to go to the thank yous in a minute. We can say goodbye to the husband.
Yeah.
That's it. He's going to go to work now.
Yeah. Appreciate all you're doing.
You're just okay, buddy. He needs to pop off to work now to like carry on filling your cabinets up with like nice clothes for the stage, but also for tonight's show because he didn't know he was going to do that. So anyway, tonight we've had lots, before we do the thank yous for the show, we've had lots of you joining in. Lou Bug, she says she's absolutely loving this in relation to, you know, it's been hilarious, Emily. She said, Drew A, love to hear the new music regarding her family coming out soon. Just loved hearing everything that you're doing. Lots of fun, lots of love. We've got lots of things, and I'll try and put those on, and Emily will see those after the show. We've not had much time to say thank you or to answer your comments. It's been a really busy show. But Emily, in relation to your family, in relation to the people who support you, you're loved by lots of people by the looks of it. Is there any special thank yous out there you want to say thank you to?
Well, I'd always say thank you to my husband and kids because, you know, they're my biggest supporters. My parents, my brother and sister, and then my music people that I always really appreciate. My co-producer, Dan Overholt, and friend. He always is a huge help in partnering with my music. And then I have a new recording engineer that I've been working with, and it's helped a lot with these collabs in his amazing studio. So AM Nami and the studio Zep Tepland. Really thankful to have a new friend and a new partner in music. And of course, the musicians that have been recording these songs with me, like I could not do it without them. I really am I play a lot of instruments, but all of them I play to write music is my main goal. So I need these amazing musicians. Like my last album and then the single that'll be coming out, that's Mark Foley, Steve Hatfield, Josh Ricchini, and of course my husband, Brandon. So I appreciate everyone. You can't do this alone. It takes a team. So
it takes a big team. It takes a big team. And I'll tell you what, in terms of my thank yous this evening, I want to start with Emily. Emily, thank you so much for supporting the GoFundMe for the One Life team to go to America. You know, absolutely. I put my heart out when I wrote that message. It wasn't just about me going to America. You know, I want to go to America, but I want to show everybody how big this One Life journey is getting and basically how many charities locally and nationally we're supporting. I want to collaborate with more artists around the world to basically support and help as many charities as we can, because it's your work at the end of the day. I began this 5-6 years ago working with a couple of artists. We are now working multiply around the world with many artists to support local and national charities. And I just want to thank everybody. I don't have time to thank everybody who's on my list because there's so many of you. You are one big family to me. When you first joined us at One Life, I welcome you into the family, and we're one big family who are going to touch many hearts and many charities as we work together to support this amazing world that we do live in. You know, we see it on the social media being a difficult world. Actually, it's a really loving, good world that we live in at the moment, and our artists are proving that. So I want to thank you all, you know, in terms of the GoFundMe. Hopefully, let's get this message out to Atlanta. Let's get, you know, One Life over there in Atlanta.
Hoping to meet you in Atlanta.
I know, I can't wait. There's so many people have said
I'm
that. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward. I just want to party. That's all I want. I just want to sit there and fire. You know, I can't play the guitar for love nor money. Someone's going to have to teach me that weekend. But in terms of songs, I'll be around with my marshmallow. I'll be around with my marshmallow singing a song. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. And the award show, sorry, Tabney. Yes, we'll all turn up for the award show, ready for our award.
I got to thank Tammany. I forgot to thank Tammany and ISSA, but Tammany's amazing. And Rick Landstrom from his show, like they've been really supportive and of this, especially coming back into music after 10 years. That's a lot has changed. So it's amazing to have all these artists to fall back on for advice. And they've been very supportive. So
it will. And in relation to that, we will keep in touch with you. We'll bring you back onto the show in the next 3 to 6 months. We'll find out what you've been up to. Please post your stuff on One Life. Get your family to post your stuff on One Life. We want to know what you're up to, what you're doing.
Sounds great.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on to the show. The last bit of the evening, this is the bit that everybody loves. Who's coming on tomorrow? Well, we have got the amazing Jason Ray Walsh at 7 o'clock tomorrow night on the show. Okay. And bring your earphones with you because I've already heard his music. So it's going to be loud and proud on a Sunday evening. Okay. So my mother, if you're listening over in the UK, okay, make sure you got your earphones ready, Mum, because it's going to be another rock evening. Okay. So looking forward to that show, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Make sure you join us here at One Life and have a pleasant Saturday evening. I'm going to say goodbye to Emily Judson. It's been lovely having you on the show. Take care, Emily.
Bye. Thank you so much, AJ. Good luck with all your endeavors.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.